Subscribe my channel for G and NEET.
Hello students, good morning all of you. Today in our lesson I need to explain characteristics of electromagnetic waves. In our yesterday video we have discussed the propagation of the electromagnetic waves and also the source of the electromagnetic waves. The source of electromagnetic waves, it is accelerated charges or oscillating charges. That is the main source to produce the electromagnetic waves. And coming to the propagation, so electromagnetic waves can propagate in vacuum. Why we do not call as electromagnetic waves in motion? So motion is not a suitable word to explain the movement of the electromagnetic waves. The word which is suitable for that is nothing but propagation. Okay, these two videos are already we are discussed, but today in our video we need to discuss the characteristics of electromagnetic waves and also some numericals belongs to NEET and JEE Mains. Are you ready? Let's go. So before going to learn our video, so please subscribe our channel and like, share to your friends. Thank you. At first we need to see the discovery of the electromagnetic waves. The electromagnetic waves at first in 1865, the scientist named Maxwell, he predicted the electromagnetic waves theoretically, right? So according to him, an accelerating charge set up a magnetic field and its neighborhood. Okay, so then he predicted it is an electromagnetic wave, right? Generally Maxwell was studied the waves which are propagates in the space. Then he predicted some of the waves are there, that is nothing but electromagnetic waves. Just he predicted. And in 1887, the scientist named Hedge produced electromagnetic waves experimentally. Produced EM waves experimentally. So experimentally he produced EM waves, right, in the laboratory. So the electromagnetic waves are discovered by Hedge, but at first predicted by Maxwell. Okay, after the Hedge, there are so many scientists are studied about the electromagnetic waves. In 1894, there was a scientist, that is J.C. Bose, who became successful in producing the electromagnetic waves. EM waves are produced by the J.C. Bose also, and his experiment was confirmed by the Hedge also. Okay, at first experimentally verified by the Hedge, and after that he was also doing the same experiment by the J.C. Bose, and Hedge also accepted that the experiment. And in 1896, Marconi, the scientist named Marconi, who discovered that radio waves. So he is also, of course, radio waves are also belongs to EM waves. So he is also did the experiments on the electromagnetic waves. So this is the history behind the electromagnetic waves. So here one more thing you have to remember, Marconi is one who the scientist at first established the wireless communication system, right? Wireless communication system across a 50 kilometer of distance. One more point you have to remember, the Marconi is the first scientist who establishes wireless communication system across the English Channel. So nearly 50 km distance. First wireless communication system was established by the Marconi, right? Now the characteristics of electromagnetic waves. The first characteristic it is the electromagnetic waves are produced by accelerated charges. Accelerating charges or oscillating charges. Accelerating charges or oscillating charges. So these are the main sources to produce the electromagnetic waves. And second one, the electromagnetic waves do not require any material. The electromagnetic EM waves do not require any medium, any material of the medium, material as medium. So they can be propagates in vacuum. They can be propagates in vacuum. Already yesterday we learned that. And coming to the third point, the electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. So these are transverse waves. These are transverse waves in nature. So the nature of the transverse waves already we seen in our waves chapter. The link will be provided in our description, so please see that video. And the next one, it is the energy of the EM waves. The energy of EM waves will be distributes equally, distributes equal manner such that magnetic field, it means B field, B for magnetic field, and E field, it means electric field. So the energy will be distributed equal manner, that is magnetic field and to the electric field. And coming to the fifth point, EM waves are uncharged particles. EM waves are uncharged particles. These are all very important characteristics. Uncharged particles, hence they cannot deflect by electric and magnetic fields. Hence they cannot deflect by electric and magnetic fields because of they are uncharged particles. Electric and magnetic fields, they cannot deflect by electric and magnetic fields, right? These are the main characteristics of electromagnetic waves. And finally the main characteristic, one of that is the ratio of amplitude of the electric field E0 and to the amplitude of the magnetic field B0 is equal to the velocity or speed of the electromagnetic wave. See, it is equal epsilon naught E0 by B0. E0, it is the amplitude of the electric field, and B0 is the amplitude of the magnetic field. This ratio can be gives us the speed of the electromagnetic wave, that can be equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, these are all the characteristics of the electromagnetic waves. You have to remember it. Now coming to the numericals, if the wavelength of electromagnetic radiation is doubled, what happens to the energy of photon? If the wavelength of the electromagnetic radiation is doubled, wavelength is doubled, then what happens to the energy of the photon, right? Now we have to searching for the relation between wavelength and to the energy. So then from the energy of the photon E is equal h nu, we can write that nu, it is the frequency, so nu it is equal c by lambda. Just you have to put it, then E is equal hc by lambda. Just from this equation we can write that E inversely proportional 1 by lambda. So here what they had asked us, that is E1 it is equal to E, E2 is equal to how much, right? Where lambda 1 is equal to lambda and lambda 2 it is equal to 2 lambda, because if the wavelength of the electromagnetic radiation is doubled, double means 2 lambda, and before that the wavelength it is lambda. At the lambda the energy it is E, at the wavelength 2 lambda, then what is the energy, right? From this equation we can write that it is E1 lambda 1 it is equal to E2 lambda 2. So E1 by E2 it is equal to, what is that, lambda 2 by lambda 1, right? So just you can write that, whereas therefore we can write that, whereas E1 by E2 it is equal, what is lambda 2, that is 2 lambda, and by what is lambda 1, lambda. Lambda and lambda will be cancelled out, then E1 is equal to E. E by E2 it is equal to, then we need to find E2 value, so then E2 it is equal E by 2. The energy will be half of the E. E by 2 means half, so the energy will be halved, where if the wavelength should be doubled, then the energy of the photon should be halved. Okay, E2 is equal E by 2, that is the answer. Next question, in a plane electromagnetic wave the electric field oscillates sinusoidally at a frequency of 2 into 10 power 10 hertz and amplitude 48 volt per meter. So now what is the wavelength of the wave? So what is the wavelength of the wave, you have to find out, and what is the amplitude of the oscillating magnetic field? So here we have to find value of B naught, and show that the average energy density of the electric field equals the average energy density of the magnetic field. Okay, so C is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So before going to do this problem, you have to learn some of the formulas in this chapter, which was very important and also which is very needed to find all those this kind of problems. Okay, let us see. Electromagnetic waves important formulas. Some of the important formulas are here, I have to given to you. So then first one, it is the ratio of amplitude of electromagnetic field, that is E naught, and to the amplitude of magnetic field B naught gives the speed of the light. So E naught by B naught is equal C. We can write that E naught by B naught is equal C. Okay, and here from this we can write that, where E naught is equal B naught into C, and we can write that B naught is equal C by E naught, E naught by C. B naught is equal to E naught by C. So these are the formulas. And coming to the second formula, the speed of light in vacuum. So vacuum means there is no medium, that is C is equal to 1 by root of mu naught E naught epsilon naught mu naught epsilon naught. So mu naught is the absolute permeability, that is 4.2 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter, and epsilon naught is the absolute permittivity, that is 8.85 10 power minus 12 Newton per meter. So these two values are substituted in this equation, then we can get the velocity of the electromagnetic waves, that is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So this is also equal to the velocity of the light in the vacuum. So then it is also 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So which is suitable to the electromagnetic wave. That's why the light waves are belongs to electromagnetic waves. Similarly, the speed of light in vacuum, C is equal to 1 by root of mu epsilon, or so mu it is equal mu naught into mu r, and epsilon is equal epsilon naught into epsilon r, right? So this is the formula. And another formula, it is So electromagnetic waves carry energy as they travel through space, and this energy is shared equally. So already we told the characteristic of electromagnetic waves equally by the electric field and magnetic fields. The energy density of electric field, so due to the electric field, that is 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square. And coming to the density of magnetic field, mu B is equal to 1 by 2 B square by mu naught. So here the energy always shared equally, so that's why always mu E it is equal to mu B. So mu E is equal to mu B. This is the point you have to remember. The total energy of density, the total means the summation of energy density of the electric field and plus energy density of the magnetic field, mu E plus mu B. So then 2 mu E, because of mu E is equal to mu B or mu B is equal to mu. So it can be written as 2 mu E or 2 mu B, right? So these are the equations, these are the formulas we have to remember. So these are all used for to do such that so many problems by these formulas only, right? Now coming to our problem. Here there is a question. In a plane electromagnetic wave, the electric field oscillates sinusoidally at a frequency of 2 into 10 power 10 hertz and amplitude 48 volt per meter. So find the wavelength and find the amplitude of the oscillating magnetic field and show that the average energy density of the electric field equals to the average density of the magnetic field. So this is our question. Now we have to solve the question. At first you have to write the which terms they had given to us, that was the oscillation of the frequency. So frequency of oscillation, so frequency of oscillation, that is, we can write that 2 into what is that 2.0 into 10 to the power 10 hertz. Okay, so C it is equal oscillation of frequency means N or F, and here C is equal 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Okay, and given that, whereas what is that amplitude of the electric field, so amplitude of the electric field E naught is equal 48 volt per meter. So these are the terms they had given to us. By this we have to find at first, that is, find the wavelength. So find the wavelength of the wave, so wavelength lambda. So we have to find that there are two methods are there. Simply we can write that is one of the method, if omega it is equal 2 pi f, then velocity of the wave it is equal to omega by k, but k it is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Just simply substitute v it is equal to omega nothing but 2 pi f by k nothing but 2 pi by lambda. Just you have to write, where 2 pi by 2 pi cancelled out, it is v is equal f lambda, right? Then we can write that lambda it is equal to v by f. So v it is equal 3 into 10 power 8, and f nothing but frequency of oscillation was given to us 2 into 10 power 10, 2 into 10 power 10, where 3 by 2 is nothing but 1.5, right, into 10 power minus 2. What is that wavelength in meters? Okay, so this is the lengthy process, you have to find that. And another process we have to, v is equal to n lambda simply, and lambda is equal to v by n, right? So then we have to clear that. So this is the simple method, right? And coming to second one, so what they asked us, what is the amplitude of the oscillating magnetic field? Just you have to find the magnetic field. So already we know that the ratio of amplitude of the electric field and to the magnetic field, it is equal velocity of light, electromagnetic wave. Now we have to find B naught. B naught is equal to E naught by C. So here what is E naught? That is E naught means amplitude of the electric field. So here amplitude of the electric field, that is 48 volt per meter. E naught is equal 48. Just simply substitute 48 and by C nothing but 3 into 10 power 8. It is 16 3s are 48. It is 16 into 10 to the power minus 8, or it is nothing but we can write 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 7. What is that? B naught. B naught, it is nothing but in Tesla, magnetic field in Tesla. Okay. And coming to the next one, so which they were asked, we have to prove the average energy of density of electric field and to the average energy density of the magnetic field is equal. Is it equal or not? We have to verify that. So density of electric field, energy density of the electric field and to the energy density of the magnetic field, is it right or not? Let us check. Here we can see what they can ask as average energy density of the electric field equals to the average energy density of the magnetic field. So already you know that the energy density of the electric field. So here the energy density of the electric field, that is mu E is equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square. But we can write the average energy density. So average means we have to do the by 2. So average energy density should be, so total by 2, then 1 by 4 of epsilon naught E square. It is equal to mu E. So this is nothing but average energy density. So this is the energy density 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square, and the average means by 2, then 1 by 2 by 2, it is 1 by 4 epsilon naught E square. This is the average energy density. Similarly, energy density of the magnetic field is 1 by 2 B square by mu naught, but the average energy density of the BF, energy density of the magnetic field, that is 1 by 4 of B square by mu naught. So this is mu B, right? So these two are equal, right? So now we have to prove this can be equal or not, right? So let's see. Let us write the average energy density of the electric field mu E, it is equal to, what is that? 1 by 4 epsilon naught E square, right? And already we know that C, it is equal the ratio of amplitude of the electric field and to the magnetic field. Just we can write that. From this we can write, so the energy, it is equal to E naught square. E naught is equal to C B naught. Just substitute here. Therefore mu U, it is equal to 1 by 4 epsilon naught C square B naught square. So this is the E square, E naught square. E naught is equal to C B naught. E naught square is equal to C square B naught square. Right? This is equation 1. But the speed of electromagnetic wave in vacuum, we can write C, it is equal to 1 by under root of mu naught epsilon naught, right? So where you can write C square, it is equal to 1 by mu naught epsilon naught. This is equation 2. This can be substituted in the equation 1. What is equation 1? Mu U, it is equal to 1 by 4 epsilon naught C square B naught square, right? So this is equation 1. So this can be substituted in the equation 1. Then C square is replaced by 1 by mu naught epsilon naught. It is equal to 1 by 4 epsilon naught into, right, into C square, meaning that it is 1 by mu naught epsilon naught into B naught square, right? Epsilon naught cancelled out. It is equal to 1 by 4, what is that? B naught square by mu naught. So this is nothing but, so this is equal to mu V. So this can be equal to the mu b, the average energy density of the magnetic field. Already we have to derive that from the formulas. We can say that the average energy density of the magnetic field, that is mu b is equal to 1 by 4 b square or b naught square by mu naught. This is the mu b value. Okay, so hence we can say the average energy density of the electric field is equal to the average energy density of the magnetic field. So mu e, it is equal to mu b, right? Hence it is proved. If you like the video, please subscribe, like, share to your friends. So do not forget to subscribe. Thank you one and all. Thank you.